How to master XLeads Ninja Mode. What is up guys, Zach Ginn here, and in today's video, I'm gonna give you the ultimate tutorial on XLeads Ninja Mode for a beginner. In this video, you're gonna know from the beginning all the way to the end how to master XLeads Ninja Mode. Now I promise you, it is not complicated. What I'm gonna show you is right when you sign up on XLeads, you're gonna be able to get your XLeads access and your Ninja Mode access. Now, a lot of people want to know what's the difference between XLeads and Ninja Mode, and whoa, this is so dang confusing. Well, it's actually not confusing. So let me actually share exactly how this works. And so when you go to xleads.com and you sign up, you're going to receive 2 emails. You're going to receive one email for the XLeads software, and they're going to receive an email for your free Ninja Mode account. Now, let me tell you the hack of actually how this works. Well, the software you're actually buying is XLeads, right? XLeads is like a regular wholesaling software. It's the greatest wholesaling software, by the way, right? 15,000 skip traces, you get a dialer, you get awesome comping, you get pretty much everything you know in a regular software, except so much more. You get AI analysis, 15,000 skips, like I said. You're gonna be able to do the e-signing, you're gonna get the XLeads Ninja Mode, and you're just gonna be able to use this software like you want. You get the dispo tools, like everything you know about a wholesaling software, pretty dang cool. But the thing is, the XLeads software is just the regular software you usually get, with any wholesaling package right there. But the best part about this is you get a free Go High Level account. Now, here at XLeads, we don't really hide that Ninja Mode is built on Go High Level, like it's pretty obvious, and I'm not here to lie about it. And the reason why I don't lie about it is I want you guys to understand when you go and sign up for somebody's special CRM software and it looks like Ninja Mode, it's just Go High Level. And the minimum price someone that can sell you a Go High Level account is $100, or sorry, $97. Well, we sell XLeads for $97. So you get a free Go High Level account, and then you get a insane software with the skip tracing, the exporting, the comping, and everything you need for wholesaling success. And so you kind of like Hannah Montana, and that's the coolest part. You get the software and you get the $100 a month CRM absolutely included. And so we're talking about Ninja Mode today, which is basically the Go High Level that we have custom wholesaling real estate. And so you sign up for XLeads, you're gonna get 2 emails. One for the actual core software, the XLeads software, which this is the core software, right? You can pull lists, you can get all skip traced, all the phone numbers pop up, you can export all the data, right? Then you're gonna get the free Go High Level system called Ninja Mode, right? So they are technically separate. I have a lot more control over them. If there's a I can help you like this. The other software is built on Go High Level, so we definitely have to go through us so we can go through Go High Level, right? But the cool part about the core offering here is they're both included for subscription. So if you have the Pro plan at $199 a month, right, you get the dispo, it's so much, and it's really, really awesome. But at first, I always get about, is there a difference between Ninja Mode on the plans? And technically, yes. And so if we go to the XLeads website, I'll just show you a quick tutorial, right? This is pretty much the cost of XLeads. And as you see, we have a basic, pro, and X plan. Now, how does this affect Ninja Mode? It has one big difference where obviously on the basic plan, you get 15,000 skip trace records, 25,000 records, and 60,000 records. But the main difference you're gonna see between the plans on Ninja Mode is it does get a lot cheaper on the Pro and X plans for your calling and texting within Ninja Mode. So that's just an FYI access here. But you sign up for XLeads, you get your access in here, and you're gonna be able to start using Ninja Mode. Now, all you have to do is when you sign into XLeads here, you can click the Ninja Mode button and you're gonna be transferred over here to Ninja Mode. Now, go through your email and you're good to go. If you never got, what I do recommend you do is just go to ninja.xleads, put in your email, put forgot password, and it should work just like that. But let's kind of get in the core of what is XLeads Ninja Mode. So we know the difference between XLeads and Ninja Mode now. Let's kind of break down exactly how to start using this system. Now, it looks daunting, but I promise you, it's really not. That is to its core, but it's got a lot going on. And so let's kind of talk about exactly what is XLeads Ninja Mode. Now, if I'm trying to sell you XLeads, I'm going to throw you all these features, but if I tell you it's going to be, so let's kind of go from top to bottom, all the features you can use and what I would recommend as a beginner. And so to add it all in, for me to tell you all the stuff we have, right? What in essence, XLeads Ninja Mode has is first and foremost, as a priority, it's going to be your CRM, right? It's way better than Podio. It's way better than any CRM you got. It will take in your leads, you can organize it, and you can figure out exactly the leads that are follow-ups, that are not follow-ups, and all these things. On top of that too, it has a built-in dialer. Now the reason it is using Twilio, which makes it super stupid cheap, which is really cool. Now the reason why it's important to have a dialer in the CRM is you can use the dialer to call your leads inside the CRM, so there's no separate phones. Now on top of that too, it has a texting platform, so you can text blast. Now, calling and texting does cost money. So if you do not want to spend any money at all, do not call, do not text, right? So you can't even really mess up. You got to add your credit card in here. And if you don't add your credit card, you shouldn't be charged. But first and foremost, if you call and text, you are going to be charged. They get people kind of worried about that. So that's how it basically works. So it is a CRM. Now on top of that too, you can actually make your own website, which we'll show today too. That's pretty cool. And then you have e-signing included. Those are pretty much the basics, right? You have calendars, you can set your appointments right, just like any CRM. But let's kind of start from the beginning, from the top, how to use the CRM portion. Now, this is the CRM portion for XLeads. As you know, this is the dashboard. This is our little XLeads Ninja Mode logo. Pretty cool. It's like a little ninja. Hi-ya! And the point of XLeads Ninja Mode is you are going to be attacking the leads like a ninja. Now, this is basically showing you exactly kind of your board of understanding what's going on. How many leads we got, what are the leads value, how many outbound calls we have, any tasks we have to do. So if we have follow-ups we need to do, right, it's going to be saying, hey, like you need to follow up with Eureka right here. It's overdue. How many messages we have, how many calls we need to place, where our leads are at, our manual actions, and so much more. And so this is a really cool dashboard of exactly how everything's going. Now, the next tab underneath is conversations. That's going to be showing all the text that we currently have. Down here, we have calendars. This is going to show your calendars for your appointments. Really cool here is it's synced to any type of calendar on your phone. So go to calendar settings and you can connect your lead appointments to pretty much any type of calendar we got, right? So we got a Google Calendar, we can do Outlook, iCloud, and you can mix it with Zoom and all this cool stuff, right? But the main gist of this here, right, is we can connect it with our appointments. Now, the next part here is going to be contacts. Now, this is where a lot of people get really dang confused, and this is where I just want to kind of clear the air of exactly how this works. Now, basically, contacts is where you have like the contacts on your phone, right? Obviously, you have a bunch of contacts on your phone, so if someone calls you, you already know who it is, so it's not an unknown caller. Now, you know, Johnny the pizza man that is going to call you when your pizza's outside, right? It's important to have him in your contacts. Now, is this contacts? Now, we are not going to be calling our leads. We are not going to be going out here and like doing most of our acquisitions on the contacts. We just want to put that in there so it's a contact. So if I want to go out here and add a lead, and let's say the Saul guy decides he's going to be a lead, he's going to be in my opportunities. Now, in acquisitions, and we're going back to contacts, don't worry, this is where we live. This is like the CRM, the most important part here, right? So there's multiple other opportunities, but remember, we call it opportunity to close the deal and opportunity to make money wholesaling. This is where we live. Okay, so what we basically do, and this is the flow that I like to do, is I like to add my leads in the contacts, call them, text them, and once they say, yes, I want to sell my house, then we put them in opportunity. So again, from the top, I want to pull list, put the list into my contacts, and then once they want to sell, they go into opportunities. And so let's kind of pull list and import it into Ninja Mode to kind of share exactly how this works. And so if I want to pull a list in Nashville, Tennessee, for example, right? We're going to choose Nashville, Tennessee, and let's pull this list. So let's do a niche list, right? Absentee owners that are delinquent on their tax, and possibly let's do, high equity, 13,000, that's cool. And let's max out the value at 300,000, make it only single family properties here. Let's niche this sucker down. They owned it for at least 5 years. Individual. Yeah, let's make sure it's at least 60% equity right here. All right, 250. That's good enough for me. So what I'm going to do is select all. Okay, I got all my leads here. And what we're going to do is a common issue we see here is people say save to CRM. This is not an XLeads like the software, like this part tutorial, but there is a internal CRM. This is more for buyers and stuff like that. We just want to deal with Ninja Mode today. So we're going to press download. We're going to press standard. We're going to press lead trace. And we're going to add valuations in here and property details. Why not? And we're going to press export leads. And they're going to do some live skip tracing in here. So we're just going to give that a second and let it export the data set, which is going to be right here in exports. Okay, so it's all there downloaded. So we're going to go back to Ninja Mode. And remember, I said we're going to pull list on XLeads, put it into contacts, and then put it into opportunities once it's a good deal. So now we're here into contacts. So how do we deal with this? Again, because of the YouTube algorithm, I have to blur out some things. If you want the unedited, which sounds dirty, but if you want the unedited, uncensored content, go to freewholesaling.com. That's where it is when it's not blurred. I'm sorry. I don't know what's up with me today, but we're going to go to import contacts and we're going to import those leads into the contacts section. And so we're going to press next and we're going to upload the data set right here. So I just have it right here exported. And what we're going to do is press create and update contacts. Pretty cool. Press next. And what it's going to do is going to add all the information. Now, the next part here is going to be mapping the fields. Now, this is blurred out, unfortunately, but basically what we have to do is map the fields from the downloaded list into Ninja Mode. And this basically means we want to match what they are because there's some confusion here from Ninja Mode and XLeads. And so if you see here, we see recipient address and it gives the address. Recipient address is actually the mailing address, so we leave that blank. We scroll down here to where it says property address, and then we match this property address with the actual address. We're going to put it as street address, property city. We're obviously going to leave it as city here. State, we're going to leave it at state. Postal code is zip code, obviously, right? And then the county, skip the county. Okay, fine. Phone number right here. We're going to match that up with phone number. So where's phone on here? Hold on. Let's find phone right here. We want to match email too. So let's find email. Contact one emails right there. And then you want to add contact one phone two. Now you don't want more than 2 phone numbers on here. Once you start contacting contact 3, 4, and 5, which we do have on XLeads, we provide that data. That data is for like, hey, there's this disgusting dilapidated house that I just drove by and I need to contact anyone that I possibly get a hold of because no one's answering the phone. You do not want to be calling 5 contacts for 1 person because it does cost money to return on your investment here, especially for kind of a more mass marketing context. But contact 1, phone 2 is going to be on additional phones. And then on email, contact 1, email 2 is going to be additional emails. That's all we really need here. Cha-ching, sick. And then we can skip the rest unless you want to get additional information, but this looks all good. I'm going to press don't import the other unmapped columns, go to next, and then create a smart list. I mean, it really depends what you want to do. Just beginners, right? You know, we have a lot more advanced tutorials on freewholesaling.com, but if this list, right, if I want to cold call this list, right, I can either do 1 or 2 things. Now I'm going to go very slow here, so please let me know if there's a problem. But you can either add a tag to these contacts or just put it in a workflow. Now, I don't want to confuse anybody. Call a lead. You're going to add a tag to that lead. It's like putting a little sticky note on there, right? And so that's how kind of the automations work. Now we're going to talk about automations at the end here. So we're going to make it a little more advanced, but again, please, if you don't want to deal with that right now, we don't have to talk about it. But pretty much, if you want to make this really simple, if I want to go call this list, I'm just going to press add imported contacts to a workflow. And let's say I just want to cold call the list. I'm going to import it into the Power Dialer workflow, and boom, that's going to be all set for me to start calling. It's already going to be queued up. So when I add up the Power Dialer, the leads are already in there. I could start calling them. Now, if I want to be a little more advanced And let's say I want to go out here and put them on the texting sequence and a cold calling sequence. I'm going to press add tags, and I'm going to add the tag. I'm going to put the tag on here. Let's see which one. Power dialer and SMS blaster. So it's going to be set for SMS blasting and power dialing. Now, if I'm going to add it on the triple tap system, which we'll show at the end here, right, which is probably one of my favorite ones, ROS triple tap, you'll be set to go there. What the ROS triple right here is it's going to set it up for a text and an email, where I'm going to explain exactly how that works too, but it's all automated in here, right? So that's pretty cool. It's all good. And all I'm going to press here is I confirm all contacts, and I'm just going to confirm and start the bulk import. And now it's going to import it, and it's going to be set actually for the ROS triple tap system, which is pretty dang cool. So now the leads are all imported in here, and it's actually ready to be called, which is pretty cool. Awesome. Now we added the leads in here, and it's all set. So pretty cool, right? So let's say, for example, we're calling it, and this lady right here, Veronica, decides that she is going to want to sell the property, right? So let's say we're calling it, and Veronica pops up right here, and she's like, oh my gosh, Zach, I need to sell my property. Cool. She has raised her hand and said, Zach, I need to sell. Pretty cool. So what we're going to do in this example is we are actually going to add her to an opportunity. So her name is Veronica Bass. So we're going to go to opportunities here, and we're going to add an opportunity. Now she's already in our contacts, right? So I'm going to go to contact. I'm going to put Veronica Bass right here, and then all the info already pops up. Now, what stage is she on? I feel like she's on the wants to sell stage. Pretty cool. And we are going to go out here and press create. Cha-ching. All right, now Veronica pops up right here. Now she's on the wants to sell. Now, the cool part about that is if I want to give her an appointment, I can press add appointment, and she'll be ready to go for an appointment, and I can just put the information there. Let's not do that live, and she'll be good to go. Now, if she unfortunately doesn't want to sell, or she needs to be put on a follow-up, we can add follow-up here. If we have an appointment set, cool. If we want to sign the contract, put it there. And if she is set to close, she'll be set to close right here on set to close. Pretty cool. Now, let's say, I'm calling her. She says, I want to sell 50 grand right now. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to have to e-sign this. How do I e-sign? Well, how you e-sign on XLeads Ninja Mode is you just go here to payments, and you press the payment section. You go to documents and contracts, press add a new document. Actually, you press upload existing PDF, upload the contract right here, cha-ching. And what we need to do here is we have the contract. Obviously, I would go in Google Docs and write all the information, right? Change the address of here and the dates and all that stuff. But what we're going to do is just get this signed. And so what we're going to do is just add some clients. So I want to put Veronica Bass on here, right here. She is my client, obviously the seller. Then obviously me, Zach Ginn, I want to sign this sucker too. So I added Zach Ginn on here. And now we're going to sign this thing. So I'm going to press add an element. Just like DocuSign, except I'm not paying $40 a month. It's all included. I'm going to have her sign it right here under seller, Veronica Bass. She's going to sign that. And then obviously me as the buyer, I'm going to sign that right here. And boom, it's going to be set to go. All I have to do is press send. And it's going to send via email to her or via a link. Now, if you really want to preview it and make sure it looks good, you can press preview, and it's going to preview it and show you how it looks like for the seller. They're actually going to get an email. It's pretty dang cool here. And it's going to be e-signed when they're signed. The cool part about these e-signatures, you can create your own templates for the e-signatures, which is really cool. But they also have certificates of them signing, so they're legally binding. This is something that XLeads Ninja Mode has that not many e-signing sites have. So now we know exactly how to import leads. Now we know how to kind of use the CRM portion more or less, right? Now let's get into the cold calling section. So how do I start cold calling these leads? Well, first and foremost, we have to buy a phone number. So if we go to settings here, click phone numbers, and we scroll here to add a number, we can add a phone number. And now we can start buying a phone number. Let's say I want to buy a phone number in the 772 area code, right? So I'm gonna go to filter here. I'm gonna put number, make sure the first part of the number is 772, press apply, and all the 772 phone numbers are gonna pop up if I wanna go buy it. So Fort Pierce, that one's good, $1.26, boom, I'll go buy it. Now I bought a phone number. And if I want, I'm gonna have to pitch it kind of a things. If you want to actually how to get the A2P set up, I actually don't even do a tutorial anymore. I actually had Go High Level's team create I couldn't actually release on YouTube. Go High Level's legal team said I couldn't, but they said I can put it in my free course, freewholesaling.com. I feel like it's a gimmick to promote freewholesaling.com, but it's actually, they legally told me I had to be under like some sort of course. They couldn't be publicly out there. And freewholesaling.com is public, but it's not at the same time. So go through freewholesaling.com. We'll show you how to do the A2P. Then from there, you're just going to go to conversations. You're going to go to manual actions, and you're going to press let's start. And guess what it's going to do? It has all the power dialers for us to call right here. So we're going to press let's start, and we're going to start calling. So it's going to do an outbound call and answer, right? So what Tiffany has here is she didn't answer right. I see her street address here if I want to contact her, but I have 4 options here of how I can handle this call. Now, if she didn't answer, which she obviously didn't, you're going to press no answer. Now, we already have it set up inside of XLeads Ninja mode. When they don't answer, we automatically leave a text. If you don't like that, you can talk to our team and we can remove it for you. If they have a voicemail, you can just drop a voicemail. If they're busy, press busy, completed if it was an actual conversation. Now, I like to leave a text when they don't answer the phone, so I just press no answer, and boom, a text is automatically going to be sent to the next person. Cool part, you go to next lead, and it's going to start dialing the next 6-hour tutorial on the SMS, right? I just want to keep this really, and then we can kind of just build upon this. And so this is a really good level to kind of understand. But what I'm going to do is just add one extra thing. And hopefully this doesn't like get too confusing, but I want to show you kind of the back end, how a lot of these automations work, right? And so we got a lot of people actually using this, but basically, I don't think people should know how many users we got, but whatever, fine. But basically how this works here is if you want to go out here and change this, you can change it. So if I go to ROS triple tap system right here, right? And I want to kind of figure out what's going on. If I lead, this is how workflows work, right? So if you're confused, go to workflows and just use the ones that we created. But pretty much what this means is if you add a tag ROS Blaster, what this basically means, it's going to send an offer email. It's going to send an offer text, and you can change the type of scripts. And then it's going to wait. And then if they reply, it's going to send it over to basically a survey link or a booking link, try to get it booked with AI, or it's going to set you for a dialer, and then it's going to drop a voicemail and then a follow-up text, which is really cool. Again, some of these automations get a little crazy. We have the AI SMS bot, which I absolutely love. So if you add the tag AI SMS bot, what it's going to do is it's going to start texting manually one text. And then from there, conversation AI, which is our AI bot, is going to start texting the seller at least 5 times to figure out if they're looking to sell the property or not, which is really dang cool. And you can start playing around with these and go from here. Again, you can add follow-up automation. There's so much on here, but if we're just a beginner, I would focus on the power dialer and I would focus on the triple tap system, and that's it. But just want to understand how workflows work and how you can affect it. Now, if you want to go out here and switch up kind of the texting templates, which I actually say it's not a bad idea, go to conversations and then go to snippets right here. And this is where you can go out here and change the templates for the texting. And overall, you should have a pretty good grasp of how to use XLeads Ninja mode. Now, the last thing, obviously, if you want to get a little more advanced, is you go to reporting right here. And it's going to give you all the reports for your calling and your texting. And it's going to let you know stuff like how many calls you're making. Obviously, it's just telling me all the calls I've made so far today. And obviously, this is our dummy account. It's going to let you know contact rate, how many calls are incoming, outgoing, and a lot more data on exactly the connect rate, stuff like that. So it's pretty dang important. We go to custom reports and we can create own reports based off templates, things like that. So we actually know exactly how many texts we're making and how many replies we're getting. But overall, that is my beginner for XLeads Ninja mode. I've been asked on this channel so many times to just explain this for a beginner because we have so many people using XLeads Ninja mode, but a lot of them have a lot of questions. So hopefully go through this video once or twice. And obviously, if you have any at all, please email billing@xleads.com. That is our billing and Ninja mode department. If you have any questions whatsoever about Ninja mode, don't be a stranger. We're here to help you and to help you become the best wholesaler possible using XLeads. Go even a step further. Every single Saturday, I actually host an XLeads support call on the XLeads YouTube channel. So if you search XLeads, I'm actually going to go live tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern, and I'm going to answer all of your XLeads related questions and do that every single week for like probably forever. So guys, if you got any value from this video, do me a favor, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe. And if you want to get pretty much this basically for free, and you just got to pay for XLeads and you basically get this whole CRM absolutely for free, go to xleads.com and we'll see you soon. This is Zach Ginn signing out. Have a blessed one.